Welcome to this month's newsletter. Today is February 29th. Looking at the S&P 500, we did have a very big week in the markets. I guess the biggest since the financial crisis in 2008, 2008. Again, but if you we'll be looking at these longer term charts at this point. This is a weekly chart. Really nothing much if you look at the weekly charts. It did have a 10% drop, but notice the fact that we're still bullish on the weekly. Chicago still above these candles here. The price bounced off a rising Kumo, flat Senkou A actually. At this point, I would continue to be bullish on the markets until this whole overall posture changes. It's going to take a lot of downside to change this bullish momentum. Was this expected? No, probably not, because Ichimoku cannot really tell you the ferocity of this movement down. However, what we can gauge from this picture is it's still bullish. We might have some sideways movement here as the Chicago gets into congestion area, but nothing yet to say that the bears are in control over the longer term. This is a trending Kumo. That's what I would be more concerned of. This would be the place if they want to break the posture, take the index below the cloud. This is where there's a good chance to do it. So at this point, after the bell, I guess, or towards the end of Friday, the Federal Reserve did come out and say they're going to pump more money or be willing to lower the interest rates again. So the backstop is always there, the Fed foot, as they say. So I would not want to be. If I have bearish positions, I would definitely start taking profits off the table here. It did bounce off a defined support level. Same scenario on the Nasdaq, which is also in a very bullish position above the cloud. It did close below the Kijun. At this point, I don't expect a V reversal here, though they did it back here in the end of December 2018. That would be difficult. That's really difficult to imagine they're going to do that again, especially given that there is unknown about the virus. So at this point, I would definitely have my stops in place. Definitely take some profits off the table, but and then look for more shorting opportunities as they present themselves. Looking at gold, really good breakout. Though this was a little surprise, given that the markets were tanking, that gold also started tanking. So, however, it's still bullish above the Kijun, above the weekly Tenkan. So everything is still bullish on the weekly charts. I would look for a Haromi Doji or something kind of a scenario here, and then start looking to buy again. On the dollar side, notice that we are in a congestion area on the Chicago. Just might drag sideways. And then we'll have to see if they do a Chicago breakout on the top, or if they close below the Kumo. So at this point, I would just avoid UUP for the dollar. Oil did bounce off its excuse me, did bounce off these lows where it bottomed back in 2018 to have some more support areas from back here. So if I have shorts in oil, I would definitely take some profits at this point. I'm not saying it's going to rally back up, but this is a logical point to take some profits off the table. Looking at the bonds, 10-year bonds, nice breakout, Chicago breakout here. We did close, looks like, above these highs from back in 16. But notice that we are stretched out at this point from the Kijun Tenkan. I would expect some sort of a consolidation before the next move up. You asked me on Google. Google's having probably almost the same chart as the Nasdaq. It's just closed barely below the weekly Kijun. Do have a big gap here, so that's going to act as resistance. Again, I do not really expect a V sort of a reversal. I would expect more of a consolidation at this point. Definitely some relief rally. If they do rally and close above the Kijun, that will make the charts very bullish again. But you do have these gap areas overhead resistance. And let's do one more. Let's see, Bank of America. Somebody asked me if it's time to buy Bank of America. I would say not yet. It's notice that Chicago is going to be in this congestion area for some time here, and the chart is bullish because weekly prices are above the Kumo. But I would want to wait for a better buy scenario at this point. Would I want to sell here? Probably not. I would need to see Chicago break down below the Kumo as well as the price for another shot. That will be it.